but it is still very good.
Yeah.
That's where doing research into some of this stuff is going to be beneficial for you, because like you said, you realized that there was more of the iron and whatever else in it. I am not a huge counting calories person. I'm not a huge, I'm going to like analyze this to death of what I'm eating, but I do try to stay cognizant of the protein and keep limiting sugars and things like that. So when you do research on what you're eating, it's amazing what you'll learn and what you realize you can substitute and still have the same thing.
Those turkey slices that you get, they have one slice has 4 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 0 sugar.
Oh yeah?
Probably the best you can eat.
Yeah, see, Lieutenant, you should try. This is your small step this week. You should go get some Miss Mary turkey bacon. You gotta try it this week.
With the protein and stuff, with her surgery, she has to have 4 ounces of protein at every meal. She can't have any carbs at all. And you have to measure all this. She has to have 96 ounces of water only a day. She has coffee. You subtract it, however much coffee you subtract that from your water.
Yeah.
So you have to have that much more water, and that's. I'm out of shape. I'm the oldest one in the room probably, and I'm the out of shape.
It's different, I guess.
Yeah, Wayne's back.
Let's just go ahead and bring that up.
But yeah, so it's starting to see that it makes a difference to me because I am here now trying to help the fire department again.
Yes.
And I've always had good cardiovascular health, even though I'm probably 60 pounds overweight. I see a cardiologist every year because cardiac disease runs in the family. So it's one of those things that nutrition, I may look like the old fat guy in the room, but nutrition is one of those things that I know a lot about because I've had to.
That's great. You're going to be a good resource for people. Do you have anything else on this? Like I said, moderation is absolutely the key. If you like the pizzas or the pastas or the red meat or potatoes, Michael, or whatever it is that you like, just try not to eat all of it all the time. Cut back a little bit, substitute it with other things that are better nutritional choices, and watch how much of it you eat. Everybody has different dietary needs, so take that into account as well. As males, your bodies are going to need different things to work properly than we as females will. So take all of that into account, find what works for you, do some research, talk to us, and we'll figure out what kind of nutrition or what kind of small choices you can make or how you can make better choices in the long run.
And like we said earlier when we were talking about the newsletter, if you have a favorite recipe that you know is a healthier option, let us know so we can share it whether through the newsletter or on the Facebook page. It'll be a good way to get some other options out there to folks that maybe miss the training or don't see something that may want to try something.
Just to add on the nutrition part, I was actually trained to be a professional boxer, so I kind of had to study and learn as well. And the only 2 things I cut out were salt and sugar, and I was eating 4,000 calories a day, and went down to 3% body fat, and got down to 175 pounds. And a lot of things I did, I added to my diet instead of taking away. I mean, you still love food, and you're not gonna not eat, like you said, not eat pizza, and I still ate that, but a lot of times, if I knew I was ordering pizza, I would eat a half hour beforehand, but I would make sure I eat broccoli or, beans have a lot of anti-nutrients that help absorb, so you don't absorb that fat and stuff. But I always add it to my diet instead of taking away, because a lot of times you want to stuff in your face, with pasta and stuff, but I mean, if you still eat your pasta, but if you have, other healthy food with that, it's going to help counterbalance that, and there's a lot of acid in your body with the bad foods that you eat, and these healthy foods, eating with that bad food will help counterbalance that acidic level in your body, and you won't be absorbing those bad nutrients essentially. So keep that in mind. Adding to the diet also helps instead of sugar's probably, fat's very healthy for you and helps get nutrients to your muscles. So I never took away fat. I always, sugar's the main culprit, and that's in a lot of bread, and people don't realize that. And so I really essentially took away sugar and bread, and stopped putting salt on my food, and add healthy instead of taking away bad. I found help for me. So
Like I said already, I'm not a huge numbers person. I'm trying to focus more on how I feel and how the stuff that I put into my body makes me feel and helps me function and all that kind of thing. Like Philly Mike,
yeah, it's good
Mike?
enough.
Yes,
yeah,
Mike.
Yeah.
Like Mike said, fats are good for you. Carbs are good for you. You just have to eat the right fats and the right carbs, because people always say don't eat any carbs or don't eat any fat or all that. That's what gives you energy. Fats are good for your brain and good for all of that kind of thing. So if this works for you, if counting calories works for you, or cutting out certain things works for you, or whatever, that's great, and I encourage you to do what works for you. But in my opinion, trying to eat balanced and get different things and get different vegetables or different meats and switching things up, I think that that's more valuable, and how you feel after you eat, and the next day, and how you perform based on the fuel you put in your body, that's more important than I ate 2,007 calories today. But that's just my opinion. I think it's hard to keep up with the numbers. When what you take in kind of goes hand in hand with those numbers too. If you eat real healthy foods, they're probably going to be less in caloric value, but more in nutritional value. So, all that to say, just figure out what works for you, and try to make what the healthier choices would be as often as you can.
It's been out there for a while now that it's more fuel efficient for your body if you eat more meals per day, and smaller meals. Maybe you have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yes, but then maybe supplement some snacks, and there's some healthier snacks. So eating every 3 to 4 hours will help maintain or speed up your metabolism, based off of that. You want to try not to skip meals. I know sometimes as a first responder that may be difficult, depending on where we're at, what kind of incidents are coming out. So you want to be mindful and maybe prepare. We do go out to eat a lot when we're on shift, but also we try to get with each other on various shifts and say, hey, maybe we should try cooking at the station tonight, or let's go out and bring it back in and make healthier choices, like instead of going to Wendy's 4 nights out of the week, supplement Subway in there to try to get a healthier sandwich or a salad going. But you want to keep those kind of things in mind when you're working on your goals.
Don't force yourself into doing a bunch of stuff that makes you unhappy too. That's another one of my big things that I stress to people is, if you're gonna do this, you might as well do it right, and you might as well try to make it into a lifestyle, not just what you're doing this week or this month. So if you don't like broccoli, do not try to eat broccoli every single day. It's gonna get old, you're gonna get tired of it, you're gonna get discouraged, and then the whole healthy eating thing is gonna go right out the window. So find what you like and ways to prepare them that are good ways to prepare them, but are something that you can reasonably sustain for your lifetime. That's what we're after, is helping you figure out things that you can do right now and for the years to come, and you can share with your families and that kind of thing. So it's all about trying to figure out what you like, what you need, and how you can make that work for you. Protein and vegetables are great to have in every meal. Vegetables are great for you. Lots of nutrients in them, and protein is really good for your body. So if you can try to incorporate that into your meals, that's a great option.
Don't forget to treat yourself every now and then, because like Emily said, forcing yourself to make a change, and if you're not really feeling it, it's not gonna stay. So, but in the same token, you're making a lifestyle change, so you wanna treat yourself every now and then. For example, yesterday, we went to the movies. So what are you gonna have at the movies? You can have that awesome buttered popcorn, you know, so, you know, you can allow that every now and then. You know, you don't want to deprive yourself of those treats every now and then, but instead of making a big, huge, explosive full day, maybe narrow it down into like a meal or one little thing. Because one thing that the kids and I, we talked about yesterday was like, okay, yes, we're treating ourselves to this popcorn, but you know, maybe tomorrow we're gonna spend 5 extra minutes on the treadmill or whatever the case may be. You want to kind of plan that into your program. You know, what your goal. Say, okay, you know what, I'm doing good 6 days out of the week, maybe Sunday after church, I'm gonna have a brunch that's gonna include chocolate cake. Or, you know, whatever you feel like your cheat meal is gonna be. But you want, like I said, you want to make sure you don't deprive yourself of those special things every now and then. Alright, so this is, we've kind of touched on this already. Heart disease. We talked about cancer, but another big killer in the fire service is heart disease. Unfortunately, firefighters have acute cardiac events on scene or even shortly after the incident. So we are providing these resources and tips and tricks and all sorts of things to help each other, you know, to be the best that we can be and to be safe and to make sure we go home at the end of the day and to stay with it. You want to have a good sense of overall health, both physical and mental, so that hopefully you don't have this issue. Or if you know it runs in your family, if you have your family history has high blood pressure or high cholesterol, you want to go ahead and start taking those steps now if you haven't in bettering your cardiovascular health so that you don't succumb to these diseases. Whew. Okay, so here's some ways, some different tips and things to help achieve that better health. You know, getting that 30 minutes of activity in a day. That's one big deal. You know, watching what you eat, what we've talked about already.
Pleasant Fire, I have a medical call. We have 4240 Old Cooktown Road, 4240 Old Cooktown Road, across from Martin Chapel Road. Female choking spell, is that a history of stridor? So I don't know what it's doing.
Yep. Getting the proper feel for your body, you know, getting your checks in. Make sure you go see the doctor as often as you can, you know, at least once a year, get that good physical in. You know, have your blood checked. Check those cholesterols, check your blood pressure, blood sugar levels, excuse me. You got, a lot of y'all already said you're not tobacco users, so that's good. If you are, or if you know anybody that maybe you want to kind of help them out, you know, encourage them to quit their tobacco. A big one, your stress levels. This is by far a very big stressful job. You know, your adrenaline pumps, you see a lot of bad things, you experience some bad things. You want to take steps to lower that stress level, whether it's through exercise, family time, fun time with friends, however, whatever your healthy outlet is for that stress management, you want to definitely take those. And here we go.
Segue right into stress management. So we all live kind of crazy lives. Like, you all have something else that you do besides be a Pleasant View firefighter. You may have a job that you go to every day. You may have a part-time job. You have a family, or you have a significant other, or you have friends, or you have whatever going on in your life. And all of those things can be stressful. Even if they're all good things, the more things that you add into your life, including joining the fire department where you're going to come train with us a couple nights a week, it's going to add stress to your life. It's going to add a whole nother level that you didn't have before. So that's where you guys need to kind of figure out early how you can manage your stress. Maybe you have a good idea of how to manage your stress right now. Maybe you have no idea. But these are just a couple of ways that you can kind of get ahead of that. before you really dive into this, and you have to kind of make your time commitments to come in all the time. And when you get out of booter class, when you're trying to manage your schedule of what you do outside of here and seeing the people you love and coming and pulling shifts, all of these kind of things will help you make better decisions and help you be able to come around and fulfill your promises that you made to the fire department and all that kind of stuff. So that regular exercise we talked about, eating healthy, engaging with other people, talking to other people is a huge stress relief. Trying to get some sleep. Like Sarah said, it's not always easy to get a lot of sleep when you're in this job. But being as well rested as you can works wonders for your stress levels. Take time for you, and do something that you enjoy. That's really, really important. Sometimes you can get caught up in doing things for other people all the time, or trying to fulfill all those commitments you made to other people. But every once in a while, you need to take that minute for yourself and slow down and do something that makes you happy, that you can just relax and do it. Laughing is the best stress reliever ever. So if you have somebody in your life that makes you happy and makes you laugh, hang out with them. Come up here. We laugh and we pick on each other all the time. The more we get to know you, the more you're going to get picked on. So that's just part of it. So try to laugh as much as you can. Try to avoid as much as you can any kind of unhealthy stress management. Like you don't smoke, but drinking, withdrawing from other people, binge eating, procrastinating, all those kinds of things are unhealthy habits that could possibly be a way you deal with your stress. So if you start to feel very stressed, or you feel overwhelmed, and you start to do some of these things, or even something that's not on this list, reach out to us, reach out to anybody on the fire department, reach out to your families, reach out to whoever, and try to come up with better ways to deal with your stress. The more you're around here and the more runs you make, we do go on a lot of bad runs, and we see a lot of bad things, and we deal with things that average people do not deal with. So figuring out now some good ways for you to keep lighthearted and to keep that negative energy out of your life is good. You will have a class on stress management later on in your booter class, so you'll learn a whole lot more about that then. But this is really important, and I want you guys to give some thought to this now, early on.
Yeah, so just like we've been talking about all night, your overall health is what's really important, both mentally and physically. Yes, we need you to be capable of getting the job done, but you also got to take care of yourself, okay? We're all here in the department to help support each other and motivate each other. Just like we've already stated numerous times, there's so many things that can go into your health and wellness and your safety. So anytime you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, and for everybody, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to ask that question, or to make that comment. This is not something that it's just a one-time deal. We all need to help look after each other and look after ourselves. We all need the motivation, the consistent motivation, and the brotherhood, the family environment. This is a good way to continue to have a healthy lifestyle by putting all of these elements together and helping each other to achieve whatever our goals may be.
So we've said all of these already. Just try to make more good decisions than bad. Do things for yourself. Eat right. Be active, whether it's going to the gym and doing something regimented, or it's just getting out and getting fresh air and moving around. Rest. Hang out with the people you love. Hang out with us. We're great. Go to the doctor every once in a while and make sure that you guys are in tip-top shape. If you're not, figure out how you can get there. All of these things are going to help your overall wellness, and they're going to help you be the best version of you that you can be, which will translate into you being the best firefighter that you can be. which will help you serve the people that you want to serve, which is what you said you were all here for, so. That's basically what I just said in this slide, but I like that quote. Every day is training day. Do one thing today to build yourself into a better firefighter. That is really applicable to the fire service, that you can never stop learning when you are in this business. And I think that it applies really well to your entire life, to you as a person, a friend, a significant other, a father, a daughter, whatever you are. Apply that to your life and do something every day that helps you be better, be a better version of whatever it is that you are.
So these are some of the resources that we've put together. Some of the folks that have been with the department have already seen them and used them. Obviously, the department itself is a resource. There's a lot of great people here coming from all sorts of different backgrounds and trainings. So look in-house, you know, if you're wanting something. The Health and Safety Wellness Committee, you know, part of our job is to get out there and do the research and figure some things out. So we may know an up-to-date statistic or something that you may be looking for. The Streets for Small Starts app that I was talking about earlier, that's a great app. You can download it on your phone. It's both Android and iPhone available. There's, I think, 57 different little goals you can choose from. You can use as many as you want. And it's just another accountability thing, you know, like, for example, one that I do is to make sure that I get 7 hours of sleep at night. Now, does that happen every night? No, it doesn't. But I can use that app to click on those nights to say, oh, okay, you know what, 3 nights this week I got enough rest, or whatever. And it just kind of helps keep me accountable. Another thing I have on there is how much water I'm getting during the day, you know. MyFitnessPal app, that's one that a lot of folks use to track their nutrition, their exercises, whatever the case may be. And I mean, you can just go down those websites. Bodybuilding.com is another great free app that if you're not sure what kind of program you may want to follow, you can go down there. They have hundreds of different programs that you can find and start following. They set you up with a little calendar kind of thing. Like I said, just different resources that you can use. And like you said, you know, if you come across a resource that you love to use, you can share it with us so that we can spread the word, spread the love.
We do have a Facebook page, like Sarah said, it's Pleasant View Volunteer Fire Department Health, Safety, and Wellness. If you look that up, you can ask to be a part of the group, and we'll approve you. We post on there quite a bit, so you'll get some good information if you follow us on Facebook. We for sure want to hear from you. That's all my information up there, and that's the committee's email address. So take that down. I encourage you guys to contact me if you want to talk about any of this, or you want some help, or you want some tips or some tricks or whatever it is, whether it's health, safety, and wellness related, or it's department related, or you need help with a skill, or you fell behind in booter class the night before and you just want to go over it again, or whatever. That's what this committee's for. That's what I'm here for. So reach out to me. If you see Sean or Sarah or any of the other committee members, or really anybody on the department, if you need help, anybody's going to help you. So reach out. I'm stalling because I know some of you guys are still taking it down. We're getting to the end of our PowerPoints. Everybody hang in there. We're going to go over the pledge real quick, and then we'll take a quick break and then go out to the bay and do some hands-on stuff. Everybody done? Okay. All right, so the Health, Safety, and Wellness Pledge. For you blue shirt folks, you know what this is all about, and there are some changes from last year. For everybody, the pledge is something that the fire department has decided to do. We did one last year and we're doing one this year, and they're different than they were last year. You booters may not know so much about the incentive points or the incentive checks you get at the end of the year, but you do get points based on pulling shifts and running calls and going to trainings and PR events and things like that. So with regard to your incentive money, it gets doubled if you participate in the pledge. So that's good for everybody in the room to know. But what I want to really stress is the monetary benefit of doing this pledge is not really what it's about. At least for me, and why I'm helping with the pledge and encouraging people to do the pledge is not because of a couple extra dollars at the end of the year. I want to challenge you guys to, like we've talked about all night long, be the best version of yourself that you can be. I want to motivate you. I want to give you things to shoot for, goals to set for yourself, steps to take. And so this pledge are 4 things that myself, the committee, the chiefs, we all talked about it, and we thought that these were 4 doable things that you guys can agree to that will help you live a better life. So if you want to sign the pledge, it says I, and you insert your name, pledge to participate in a healthier and safer lifestyle by agreeing to the following. Like I said, there's 4 items. Number 1 is I will be tobacco free. So everybody in this room is already tobacco free. So that would be kind of a gimme for everybody in here, which is fantastic. And I know some of you were talking about how you already quit tobacco, and I'm sure that was not easy. And I'm proud of you for doing that. So keep up that good work. Number 2, I know it's a lot of words, bear with me. That you, basically what it says is that you'll do exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes per day. That's really the extent of this. The rest of the words is all about logging it. So somehow you have to tell the committee that you're doing the exercise. So we have a form you can fill out. You can sign in on the logbook we talked about at the gym. You can email us. Whatever the case is, I prefer that you didn't just shoot me a text message because I will lose that text message. But if you send me an email or if it's in the logbook or something like that, I will keep track of it and I will keep a running log of what you've done. The exercise, this has changed from last year, is it's not a 12-month commitment to the exercise. If you knock the exercise out of the park in February, but you go on vacation in March and you miss a week, you're not knocked out for the entire year. You can pick it back up in April and May and June and do the best that you can do all those months. So just because you missed 1 week does not mean that you forfeited the pledge for the entire year. Any questions about that? Cool. So 3 days a week, 30 minutes per day. Pretty doable. And like we talked about earlier, something that gets you up and moving. So, you know, if you're not very active and walking for 30 minutes challenges you, walk for 30 minutes or run or ride your bike or whatever it is. Something that challenges you. Number 3 is that you'll go to 12 department trainings that are approved by the Pleasant View Fire Department training officer, which is Chief Nems. So he keeps track of who comes to trainings and which ones count and which ones don't, and some outside trainings, like if you go through EMT school or something like that, you'll get credit for that will go towards this. So attend trainings, which will help you be a better fireman and keep you up to date and really help you overall. Number 4 is that basically all them words say that you will get a physical. The big thing I want to stress about the physical is that it is not an out-of-pocket cost for you. All you have to do is commit to going and spending a couple hours with the doctor, doing some tests, and I think that this one is awesome. This one was not in the pledge last year. Having these regular medical screenings are super important to making sure you stay on top of things, that you don't develop some kind of issue or illness or whatever. It's going undetected to the point where you can't fix it. If you go on a regular basis and they find something, we can start helping you get healthy again very quickly. So it won't cost you any out-of-pocket money. If you want to participate in the pledge and you want to go do your physical, that all you got to do is tell us you want to go do it. We'll sign you up. We'll help you do the paperwork, and you'll be good to go. Anybody in here can participate. I'm not really sure how the incentive points work for booters until they pull shifts or graduate or whatever. But that all being said, I still encourage you to participate in the pledge because it'll still challenge you, it'll motivate you, it'll give you some things to shoot for. And as soon as your incentive points kick in, then you'll get that extra benefit. So it's those 4 things: tobacco, exercise, training, and one physical a year is the pledge for this year. And that's the words that said, you follow it to its entirety. Any questions about the pledge, first of all?
The physical's gotta be done at our place, right? I can't just go to my,
Yes, okay,
because
that's a
it's
good,
gotta be NFB,
Yes.
you guys, you can't go to your primary care person and get one.
good point, Chief, thank you. The NFPA, for anybody that doesn't know that term, is the National Fire Protection Association. And they set all kinds of standards and guides and codes for everything fire service related. And 1582 is all about medical programs for fire departments. So they have a specific physical that is tailored to firefighting and the things you need to do to make sure you're in tip-top shape to do this job. So they'll test your heart and they'll test all that kind of stuff that you're at a higher risk for. And it's called a 1582 physical. So you can go through our fire department and do it. Or if you work for another fire department and they do a specific 1582 physical, you can turn that in as well. But the paperwork does need to say it's 1582. Other questions about the pledge? Like I said at the very beginning, I think it's doable. If you guys have questions or you need help or you need motivation, you get excited today and you sign and you're ready to go, and then 2 weeks from now you're kind of like, man, I do not want to work out. Holler at me and I'll help you try to find that motivation, and we can get you going. And like I said, don't worry about paperwork. That can get complicated sometimes. We'll help you with it. We're here for you. So.
With the workout thing, is that kind of just like an honor system? You just tell them that you worked out?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. You report to me.
Okay.
I keep track of that spreadsheet, so I guess I'm just gonna say me. When you fill out the form site or you sign the logbook and you say, hey, I worked out for an hour, that is your word.
Okay.
Really in life, your word is
Yeah,
what you have.
I was just wondering if
so-
I had to get like, if I'm at the gym, like get membership confirmation and stuff.
No.
Okay.
Wait, membership confirmation, like when you go in and sign, or
No,
just
or
for
like when I
the-
join the gym, like, cause I'm pretty far from here,
Oh.
so I'll probably be going to another gym or something.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. If you tell me you worked out, I'm gonna believe that you worked out.
Okay.
I work out at home today, this afternoon. I did a workout at home, so nobody was there. Nobody watched me. No one made sure I did it, but I know I did it. So
And then can we do this technically tomorrow, or do we wait till graduation? Or?
no, you can start today if you wanna start participating, start holding yourself accountable to these standards today. I encourage you to do that.
Okay.
If you'd like to sign up, yeah. All right. What other questions we got? Fitbit. That's a good way for you to remember, but I can't see your Fitbit, so you'll have to tell me anyways. Fitbits are great. Other questions? Wonderful. Okay, so that's about the pledge. Are there questions about anything we talked about in the last 2+ hours? All right. Take another quick break, and then I'll see you guys in the day.